All right, so let's begin the show with a very interesting topic of discussion. Financial planning is something that's important at every stage of your life, but when it comes to getting married, it's imperative for you to know the financial habits of your partner. You have a future ahead of you where you will have joint financial goals, a whole structured way to decide on your expenses and also plan your retirement together. This really sounds like a lot, right? So, with so much at stake, you definitely can't go wrong with the person you're getting married to. So, here we are helping you out to plan your finances with your partner better. I have with me Vinayak Sapre, author, public speaker, financial coach with me on this very important topic. So Vinayak, today we are going to help our viewers match the financial kundli for them, so because this is a very crucial decision of their life and a lot of things that they have to plan together. The first step towards getting this right, how do you match your financial kundli?
Yeah. Thank you, Kavita, for having me on the show and a fantastic topic once again. I think it is very, very important to match financial horoscope as well, especially in today's world where most of the marriages that are happening, they are not arranged marriage but love marriage. So a good thing is during the courtship, both the boy and girl, they get to know each other, and I'm sure especially today's kids who are much smarter, they do discuss many things, not only uh, the the love life, but the future life as well as a husband and wife. So it is very important that they both agree in financial matters, and then it becomes easy to plan for the future and understanding each other's hobbies and interests and priorities as well.
All right. So something very important, and I know it's also buzzing around in our newsroom also whether men actually feel loaded with the kind of expenses they have to bond once they are married to someone.
Yeah.
So first thing first, how do you actually plan all of this? Okay, because we are talking about having financial goals together. We are having about a life together where you not only have your own personal goals, but you also have a retirement together. If you are someone who would want to plan a family, you need to have a plan to get your kids raised, give them better and a best education. And also, if you're someone who's the single earning member or the person in the family, this really needs to be taken care of in terms of your compromises or adjustments and a reality check of lifestyle that you need to stick to post getting married. So how do you analyze these situations? Two scenarios I've given you over here. One marriage where there's only a single earning member, and one where both of them are working.
Yeah. So again, first thing first, if single learning member, it is very, very essential that both of them, they should be on the same page, discuss things in detail, because in the initial year, especially after marriage, if they have the kid, uh, raising the kid today is a very, very big expense, and nobody wants to send them these days. Nobody wants to send them to a government school. Though most of us have studied in government school, but yes, these days they don't want to. And the expense to in raising the kids, even a 4-year-old kid, they in some cases I have come across where the parents are paying around 80,000 rupees per quarter, which is like 3.2 lakhs a year. So it is important that where they want to make adjustments, because if you call it compromise, obviously they will not going to like it. So how they can make adjustments with the expenses. And second issue which comes in, especially in metro cities, whether they want to live in far away suburbs or in the town areas. Again, town areas, they are very expensive. So, and the aspirations of in case of double income couple, the aspirations are very, very high. So again, the red flags are that discuss with each other, decide on these things, get a reality check done, and then only you start taking the decisions. Because in case of double income couple, important thing is, because both of them have they believe that they have the authority of money, many times they may end up forcing individual choices or preferences on each other, and which may lead to bigger issue. So the best thing is, sit with a financial advisor if possible, and then decide on, as per the income, what should be their expenses. And also, one need to keep in mind that the way people have been losing the job, you have done the show on this, that the way people have been losing the jobs, one needs to keep some provision for that as well. S- Even when you are, whether you are double income or single income.
So, a lot of times, Vinayak, now also if we see, spouses are really not, couples are really not comfortable talking about their finances with each other. Even if they both are earning, they really don't want to sit down and talk about how much are their expenses, where are they putting their money, where are they investing their money. So, first of all, a lot of work needs to be done on the mindset where people think that they are just too independent to sit down and discuss about their goals and maybe have joint goals also. How do you
Yeah.
have this conversation? Because I think that is the key point, and that is almost like a starter,
Yes.
to just come down and even share how much you earn annually, because a lot of couples don't even do that,
Yeah.
especially in love
So
marriages where they think that money is not important, and maybe which is also a very key point. But end of the day, it really comes down to how much you earn, what are your expenses, and how do you plan to live this life together, right?
yeah, yeah. So one is, for example, when people come to me, if any one of them come to me, I say that, see, it's a journey. You will enjoy only when you will, walk together. So if you have decided to live together, then you need to uh, share the information, share the each other's priorities, the preferences, and one needs to respect that as well. Secondly, people find it difficult to discuss finances at times with each other. You are right. At that point in time, it's better to identify a person who can be used as sounding board. If you do not want to hire a advisor, it's better to hire a professional advisor. But if one doesn't want to, in that case, it is always better to take some guidance from a person who is experienced. But I think not sharing the information about the earning, I think that is not a good idea. So it is always better that, because if you have decided to walk together in the journey, it is, ये बहुत जरूरी है that you need to walk along, and you need to share all these things with each other and with the person you are taking the advice. If in my case, if people find it uncomfortable bringing their spouses, I say that if you are uncomfortable with your spouse, how come you will be comfortable with me? And first of all, I am not comfortable with you discussing your goals, which are combined goals. So it is essential that one need to have uh, individual goals. They will have, no matter if I say that there should be only combined goals, there will be individual goals, but priority should be given to the combined goal, because you have decided to come together to live together and to have a family as well if wish to. And then individual goals should be given the preferences as per uh, the financial condition or the financial book. We say that if the book size is decent, the prioritize the priorities. The top priority should, if it is well taken care of, then individual goals should be considered.
One very practical aspect of this entire process I want you to explain our viewers is managing your money. Especially when it comes to your expenses. It's very imperative for couples to know how to, maybe for someone who needs to have a joint account for expenses, what could be that tips or tricks that you might want to suggest to our viewers, where after getting married, if they are planning to have their expenses in a joint account or maybe divide financial responsibilities among each other, how can one
Yeah,
go
yeah.
about it?
So again, a very good question that one is if you have the joint expense, I mean, decided to have a joint account where the expenses will be made. I think two things people should keep in mind, especially the newlywed people. Obviously, in the initial years, the splurge has to happen, no matter if I say that you need to live frugal life. But if you decide that whatever is the income, a certain amount need to go for your savings, which will turn into investment, and then whatever is left will be spent. Uh, on the other hand, when you are categorizing or deciding that which expense will be taken care by which person, I think depending on the nature, because if you depending on the nature of the person, if you decide sit and decide that, say for example, somebody who is extravagant and spends on things which may not look the need of the hour, they just look a desire or a want. I think for that, those kind of expenses, say for example, some people love to buy phone every 6 months or 1 year. In that case, the spouse uh, which is frugal in nature, who doesn't spend too much, should take that kind of expenses so that you can just delay those instant gratification, those urge to buy, keep on buying the new things, so that you can keep a control on those expenses which are not the need of the hour. And by doing that, you can avoid many expenses which can be done in the next 6 months, 1 year or so, which can be delayed. So by doing such activities, and you need to understand each other's style of spending, style of investing तो ठीक है, लेकिन style of spending, that what kind of spending one does, and what is the need and what is the want. If you can differentiate between the two, and it can only happen when both of them they sit together. Best if there is a guide in front of them who can tell them that what are the needs and what are the wants. So prioritize your expenses.
All right, so you definitely need to prioritize your expenses. And one more very important thing that so far you must have understood how to have your joint expenses done together and how to, club your financial goals and start planning financially for that. But it's also very important for you to have your personal goals, which a lot of time couples, they tend to forget it. They have a lot of
Yeah,
financial responsibilities on them.
yeah.
How to do that for yourself? How to have clubbed financial goals but still be financially independent at the same time. That's very important, Vinayak.
Yeah. So, in fact, when you start with, say, double income, when both the partners are working, many times we have seen that after 10, 15, 12 years, the lady, she leaves the job because of the kids or because of the family responsibilities. So it is very essential in today's world, especially when we get to see so many news uh, around us where there are cases of separations and all. It is very, very essential that the lady, the she should keep some amount of money and for herself every month, which should be invested and which should not be touched. And it is always better when both the partners are in agreement on this, that they may need this money, she may need this money in the future, not only because of the separation. We have seen uh, during the pandemic many things happen, many cases happen where the breadwinner lost the life. So if the lady of the house was financially independent, she could take care of the future expenses as well. So that makes her financially independent. If she starts early and uh, looks at keeping aside some money to invest every month for the next 10, 12, 15 years. So,
All right. I think, we've discussed most of the important or crucial aspects of having your financial horoscope match before getting married. And that will be all in this segment for today. Thank you so much, Vinay, for taking time out
thank
and
you.
helping our viewers with this.
Thanks, Kavita. Thanks.